Hello, my name is Joy, and welcome to my digital garden. This is another inspired video, born from inspired action. I have no script today, but I really wanted to talk about the divine feminine, radical creation as an act of empowerment and resistance. And that's a kind of long title, but we're gonna talk about it. So I just finished my master's degree in history and cultural studies, and I wrote my thesis these past couple months. And the biggest takeaway from my thesis, which literally changed my life, there were two. First of all, format. And I spoke about this in my previous videos, and able to create the life that you desire, right? Creation, manifestation has a format. You need this structure to structure your life, to structure your mind, your routine, and your active creation. It's a blueprint. It's a building form. The other takeaway was about radical creation. So what I noticed is that what power seeks to do, and those in power, what they really seek to do is to control other people's ability to create. And I don't specifically mean artistic expression like painting, writing, poetry, craft, what have you, but literally their ability to create themselves, their own identity, and to actively create their lives around them, right? And this is done by two ways that I picked up. First and foremost, through labor, right? How you work, when you work, with whom you work, where you work, can you work? They control your labor. Your labor, literally physical labor, creates, it builds, right? Even when you're working for a company, you are building somebody else's idea, somebody else's vision, somebody else's creation. You are being compensated for it, right? Through money, right? So how much money you're making, etc. This money is there. It's a building block, right? Or to maintain your lifestyle and to create your lifestyle through purchasing. You bargain and you receive, or you give and you receive. You're giving money. You're receiving an item. You're receiving a service. You are receiving something. Again, money. It's a mechanism to build. The other way through which control is sought is through controlling sex, right, and reproduction. Specifically, let's talk about women's right. It comes down to controlling when you can have sex, who you can have sex with. Will you have this baby? Can you have this baby? Where you can have this baby, right? We're talking about reproductive rights, abortion, controlling when you create and how you create. And this is also done more through what Michel Foucault would call normalizing power, specifically around sex. Again, with women, if you have sex with a man that's not your one husband, right? Again, historically, your husband owned you. You were the women of the family were the property. Your wife was the property. He decided where you go, what you're doing, who you're doing with. But if you have sex without your husband, with someone outside of marriage, you are a whore. So you also start to internalize this as you get older. Who you can have sex with, who you can't have sex with. How will I be perceived? Will I be a social pariah if I get this label of slut, right? Again, controlling you start to limit and control your own sex based on how you think other people will perceive you. So again, what power seeks to do is to control your sex and your labor. So when I talk about creating the life you desire, this is also number one, an act of empowerment and realizing you have agency, you can do this, you can actually get real on what do you value, right? Not what have other people taught you to value, what do you value? And building your life in accord to that is also an act of creation, which is really, now we're going to get into my woo-woo spiritual, this is the divine feminine. Creation is the feminine energy that runs throughout the current of the universe. It is portrayed By the feminine, right, if you think about also Mother Earth, Mother Gaia is a feminine entity. She is a life giver. She is a creator, if you will. She is the natural growth process of the universe is feminine. Power seeks to control your sex and your labor. So the act of consciously creating your own life and living a way that you want to live is an act of resistance, and it's an act of divine empowerment because you are channeling that divine feminine energy. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say today. This channel, as I said, is my digital garden. My goal is to share my ideas, to share my thoughts, to share resources, to offer you meditation tapes, to make this a place that's comfortable on the internet, a place that's light, that's beautiful, that's feminine, that's uplifting and comforting to help you grow. That is my feminine gift, if you will, understanding growth and transformation. This is a place for transformation. That's why I include a lot of the manifestation stuff as well. And like the sleep tapes to listen to while you're sleeping, to reprogram your subconscious mind to become the person that you want to be, to transform and to grow yourself. This is not self-help. This is self-guidance. And yeah, please like and subscribe if you're interested in this kind of stuff. There's more to come. So, sending my love. Ciao.